Let's make okra, cabbage, spinach, and the eggplant sauce.
Now I need to season up and tenderize the following protein: boneless beef shank, beef tripe, wele, pomo, keruro. So that goes into my Instapot. And I'm seasoning with all-purpose seasoning, salt, crushed black pepper, and my dry mixed herb and spice blend that's going in right now. I'm also going to add my fresh green seasoning, about 2 tablespoons of that. Perfect. And then I'm also going to go in with some chopped onions, just about a handful. Then I will grate in some ginger. And that's all she wrote. So we'll pressure cook to save us some time. And for that, we'll need some moisture. So I go in with about a cupful of water. And we'll pressure cook for 32 minutes. Now, while we're pressure cooking, we have some time to prep the rest of our ingredients. So if you're looking for a sneaky way to boost your children's nutrition, this is the perfect recipe for you. You'll need your crunchy green cabbage, hearty eggplants, vibrant okra, and nutritious spinach. So by chopping them up into bite-sized pieces, I make sure that the sliminess of the okra doesn't steal the spotlight. So in this recipe, we want to mask the sliminess, and this is one way of doing that, by chopping up the okra into bite-sized pieces. And because this sauce is loaded with so many nutritious vegetables, my kiddos get all the goodness they need to fuel their active lifestyles and support their growth and development without even knowing it. So we're currently still in the prepping phase, so I'm just chopping up my vegetables. All right, now this eggplant right here is equivalent to aubergine, the large purple one, so you can substitute with that. This is the kind that's easily accessible in Ghana. I just happened to find some at an African market here, and I grabbed it. Like, you know, it's hot stuff. We don't always get them. It's very seasonal. So when I see it, I buy all of them. I get super greedy. All right, so now we're done. We've also chopped up our green cabbage, and I like to rinse my cabbage right after chopping them because it is very common to find impurities in between the leaves. So this is a quick review of all the ingredients we'll be needing for the recipe. So this is our eggplant chopped up. Here is the spinach. It was previously frozen, so I thaw them and rinse them, and it's ready to go. And here is also our okra, prepped perfectly into bite-sized pieces. We also need some chopped onions, ginger, crushed tomatoes, 6 Roma tomatoes crushed. We will be needing our green seasoning mix, the fresh one, and I have a video on this. I've left the link in the description box. I also add carrot pulp, a nutritious byproduct from juicing, as a valuable ingredient to reuse. So there we go. And to bring that special creaminess, I add peanut butter, homemade oven roasted, so it's perfect. Now this dish requires umami. And for that, I have selected some umami boosting ingredients, starting with dawadawa, which is available on Amazon.com or in an African market close to you. We also have cured fish or momone, as well as ogiri, which is fermented, very nutty sesame seeds. We're also going to be needing some smoky flavor and more proteins. So I have smoked fish. I have deboned and washed them thoroughly. And for seasoning and spices, we're going to be needing some all-purpose seasoning, dry herb and spice blend, salt, and crushed black pepper. Oil of choice today, or fat of choice today, is palm oil. We're going completely local in flavor here. You can use coconut oil for this as well. I've parboiled some bone-in beef. Yes, previously parboiled. Using the same ingredients I pressure cooked my assorted protein here with. And yes, 32 minutes later, it is perfectly tenderized and we're ready to cook, friends. So let's do exactly so. On medium-low heat, pour in some palm oil. And then go in with your umami boosting ingredients, all of them. Then you want to grate in some ginger. You're looking for an amount equivalent to about a teaspoonful. The fresher, the better. So use ginger roots, fresh ginger roots. All right, now you want to bring this all to a sizzle, which should now make your home smell. Yeah, it should have that bonde essence going on. Bonde is the sweet umami essence. We love it. We live for it. Now I go in also with my chopped onions, followed by my carrot pulp, and I simmer this down after stirring it in. And then I also go in with my seasonings and spices, my salt, crushed black pepper, all-purpose seasoning, dry herb and spice blend. Stir all of that in and continue cooking. All right, and then you also want to add your green seasoning, your fresh green seasoning. Like I said, I have a video of this I recently shared, and I've left the link below in the description box. This is a good time also to go in with your crushed tomatoes. Stir that also in and continue cooking for approximately 1 extra minute. Now our next ingredient we're going to add is our peanut butter. So you see, once you've prepped everything, it's easy peasy. You're just adding your ingredients and you're stirring them in as you add them, and you're cooking. So you're not wasting any time at all. It's a shiegum potogum kind of deal we have going on here. And by the way, if you know, you know, shiegum potogum, it's a fun Ghanaian term that means you're multitasking, you're pouring, you're stirring, and you're cooking all at once. No time wasted. Now I added some whole chilies because I will also be indulging here, and I love heat in my serving. So that's also a Ghanaian thing we do, all right? We leave the chilies whole. And, you know, if you want more heat in your serving, then you smash one into it and you're good to go. Now I'm adding all my proteins. The smoked fish has gone in, as well as all my parboiled or pressure cooked proteins. All went in. I added a little bit of water to thin everything up because we're going to continue cooking here with the lid on low heat for the next 20 minutes. Always remember to clean the sides of your pots, because otherwise it will dry out and become a waste. And who wants waste in this day and age? Nobody. No. Now we're going to be serving this sauce with steamed rice today. And this is how I cooked my steamed rice for this dish or this meal. Salt, my green seasoning, so versatile, so useful, oh, so handy. And I also go in with a few drizzles of cold pressed coconut oil for that extra flavor. Why not? And we're cooking it in a rice cooker. And today I'm using a little more water, and I'm using basmati rice, by the way, washed and good to go. And I'm cooking it a little bit soft. It's going to be fluffy, but it's going to be softer. Now I've gone in after 20 minutes into the sauce with the aubergine or eggplants. You want to submerge that so it can start cooking into a creamy texture. Throw the lid back on, cook a further 5 minutes or so. Our rice is almost done, so I go in and stir it all up. Throw the lid back on, let it keep doing its thing. About 5 minutes into cooking the sauce, after adding the eggplant, I add the cabbage, and we do not want to overcook at this point, followed by the okra, and the spinach will be the last thing that goes in. So yes, we're going to submerge all of that and stir it in so it's all combined evenly. And we will apply the lid and cook a further 5 minutes, by which time the okra will be cooked through, the cabbage will be tenderized, And yes, by throwing the lid on, you're actually altering the slime okra naturally presents with. We don't want too much slime in the sauce. So that's a fan tip for you. Another way of minimizing slime in okra when you're cooking it is by applying the lid so you're cooking the okra with steam. That will cut that slime. All right, so we did that for 5 minutes and now we're going in with the spinach. And at this stage of cooking, we also add our finishing ingredients. Yes, my green seasoning mix. I tell you, love this ingredient. Love, love, love it. It has garlic, parsley, scallions, and peppers. And like I said, the video is in the description box, so check it out. I also grated in a little bit of ginger. It gives it a really fresh, lovely fragrance. All right, it's a great way of finishing a dish like this up because it's full of umami and it's really rich. So you want to finish it with those lightening ingredients. All right, yeah, we'll throw the lid on, turn the stove off, and use the residual heat to bring it all together, and we're ready to serve, friends. Now look at that. Nutrition, flavor, so tasty. Yes, so I go in with a generous serving into a plate or bowl and a little bit of rice, a healthy amount. And you will be satisfied with this right here, this serving right here. A little more sauce, why not? It's all about the sauce. All right. So friends, I hope you're inspired to try this nourishing recipe. Not only is it nourishing, it's also satisfying. It is definitely tasty. You're not going to be disappointed at all with the tastiness of this dish. Absolutely not. And rice. I love this dish. This sauce right here. Love it with rice. And you will not be disappointed pairing it with rice. But you can also pair it with yam, potatoes, fufu, bangkung, kinke, cassava, whatever you want. And here we go. My babies are ready. So chow down, friends. Happy cooking. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're leaving me a thumbs up, share, comment, turn your notifications on, subscribe, the whole shebang. Make it a great day and have fun, especially in that kitchen.